We are live. Welcome back, everyone, to the Temple of Technology. I am your host, Scott James Magner, the idiot with a microphone. Oh, look at that. Son of a bitch. The thing just unmutes itself whenever it wants to. Because I am an idiot, and this is my microphone. I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not doing that great today. And I have, struggling with a bunch of stuff. I'm unemployed. I'm not making a lot of money, or any for that matter. And it also means I'm feeling not great about that, so I'm not writing either. And all of this combines to put me in a pretty bad place. So 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago even, if I got to this kind of place, I'd be getting hammered tonight. But I really can't do that anymore. Not only is it not a good idea, but, you know, with diabetes, it's just not a great idea to get drunk all the time, or even at the levels that I used to. So instead, I am going to punch fascists. I am going to hop on my Warshade, because it's Warshade Wednesday. So I call it. And City Heroes, and I am just going to... He's going to shoot things. Pew, 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 with I-beam lasers, or giant crabby fists, or with tentacles, shooting bursts of energy. I'm just going to beat stuff up. You see I got the green screen behind me. We got camera 2 over here where we stay classy. Let's check in on camera 2. Hey everybody, we're staying classy. You can see I've got the green screen behind me here. And I've gone for a shortened but closer green screen tonight. We're going to try that out. Usually I've got the huge green screen behind me on camera 1 that covers basically the whole back half of the room. And tonight we're just going to go with the little green screen, close focus on me, priority focus on my Warshade. And so let's go do that. We'll head to the game stream, where we stay classy. This is my Warshade, Cosmos Unicron. He is, or it is, since it is not a human, it is an alien bonded with the Chaldean Warshade. I made a kind of a reptilian costume here to heighten his not humanness. It's not humanness. And Cosmos Unicron is a member of the Cosmos Corps. Cosmos Corps is what my friend Puck and I did way back in the live servers. It was our version of the Green Lantern Corps. We would make controllers or science-based characters to basically fight justice using magic belts. And it let us explore the different power sets available and really just get down and have a nice sense of unity throughout everyone. And me being the person I am, I made a whole bunch of controllers back in the day, because controller is my favorite class to play, or archetype to play here in City of Heroes. And I made a bunch of controllers. In fact, Cosmos Virgo here, another character you see me play a lot of, is also a member of the Cosmos Corps, and there's the magic belt right there. But I made 15, 16 controllers that I had in various stages of leveled up before the servers went dark, and also before I stopped playing on a regular basis. But tonight I'm going to play this controller because I'm working on accolades and badges, and I'll show you what I mean. Hey kitty, show you what I mean about that. One of my cats is in here. It's Pollock's cat. No, it's Castor Cat. Hello, Castor Cat. The naughty one. We'll put him on the screen. You see I've got tentacles up behind my head, and it's a Tuloid Nightmare. Turn on the sound there as you can hear me pew pew. Got another character here. Who's this? That's not anyone I know. It's Pap Aikman from Heroes United 3. Let's see what they've got no backstory. An a triple ice blaster. I've got a couple of those. Oh yeah, look at that. Someone's doing DFB. I love doing DFB. I'll go do that. DFB means death from below. It is a nice short trial for heroes and villains, but in general, it's mostly heroes that play the game these days, let's be honest. It's meant for very new characters, levels 1 through 14. I'm level 95. Could float over here, be all alien-like. Let's see what costume I want to play today. Well, let's do this one. This is the muscled version of what I had on Cosmos Virgo. Still very alien, but roughly humanoid. And all badly. You see I've only got a couple different powers here. But I'm fairly sure I can turn into... Oh! I can turn into my Warshade form, but I cannot turn into my big crab form that we'll see later. It's a pretty cool form, let me tell you, that crab form. I know, see now I got the camera is just a bit off. See if I can pull that in a little bit. Sometimes it just doesn't set itself up right. Oh, we're ready to go. Enter, 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 enter. Ooh, I might be able to do death, drowning in blood too on this character. I don't think I've done it. Let's pull the checklist and see if I have. Sniffing a bit. Ooh, I have not done drowning blood. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll run a drowning in blood after this because it's a lot of fun too. It's another early trial that we can do. If I can actually get my. There we go. Come on. Get my mouse cursor in there. Alright. So whenever I do a respec or haven't played a character for a while, I will come and do DFB. Huh. Why is gravimetric snare not working? We're just gonna blast some folk. Pew pew pew! These are gang members called the Hellions. They are, in fact, demon worshippers. Many of them have fire-based powers, but at the same time, they're just bad guys. They're mooks, the first ones you find here in the game. One of the cool things that Warshades get is you see I've got all of these damage bonuses here. I get buffs based on who else is in my party. And so if there are a lot of different character types, I get more powerful. And in my alien form here, I have access to a lot of movement, a lot of damage. But it's not really as powerful as my human form, which I can switch to here. The human form has a lot of holds and controls, or humanoid form, I should say. So I could do a little lockdown here. If you want to travel, you switch to squid, as they call it. let's get ready to rumble. Let's toss a hold in there or 4. And you'll see that my character will evolve some as we go up in levels. I'm currently fighting at effective level of 3 because that's what this level of the trial supports. The character is of level 3 or lower. The reason I'm toggling back and forth between forms is it really is the playstyle of the Warshade, is just to use all of your different forms, all your different powers. You end up with a huge raft of powers that you have access to as you switch through forms. For example, here's all the things I can access in humanoid form. The things that are read out are things that I either can access right now, like my res, or they're form specific. Zooming through here. Now, people in the chat you'll see will be talking about badges, and there are badges available in this trial. There are 3 badges available in this trial. One of which we get if we take out the villain, the arch-villain in the next room, without killing any of the zombie minions it controls. And so, to get a badge here, I am going to switch back to my humanoid form and start tossing holds at the bad guy and using my laser eye beams. And I'm going to use this way cool accolade power that I got from being awesome. You know, I have many veteran levels, a lot of badges that I've accumulated on this character over the years. Drop that thing. Dr. Meinst. We'll switch immediately to my Keldian travel form and start using area of effect attacks. Which we did not want to use on the last fight. Mainly because it's always somebody's first death from below, right? And somebody will need the badges. I don't need the badges. I've done this many times. Thousands, literal thousands of times. Alright, you see that we are now fighting at effective level 4. We'll pop back here to my human form. I have not gained extra powers, so in general, the Keldian travel form is fine for what we need to do. I don't get all the damage buffs I normally get in my humanoid form, but it's just easier to navigate these caves. It's a lot more damage output. I have more attacks available. And the Keldian travel form flight costs no endurance. It's not even a power you have to slot, you just are. In fact, if we look at Dark Nova, all I really have in there is knockback reduction, right? That's the only thing that I need in this form, is to take less damage. It's just one of the characters that I have who has built out entirely. I have top-end enhancements in all of my powers. So I basically sell everything that I earn, make money to fund other characters. We are beating up bad guys known as the Lost. They are humans who have been mutated by contact with the alien Ricti. Essentially, you're beating up homeless people, just like Batman. We have to take out 6 groups of 11. See the counter up there? The counter up there. Pew pew pew! Pew pew pew! To get a badge here, we will defeat all of the people around the archvillain first. You have to really try to get this archvillain dropped first before any of the bad guys around it, but it is possible. I've done it. I could easily do it with this character. I have so much damage. It's basically a damage hose. Alright, so this Thor here. I have a Thor too. But let me see what they've done with their Thor. Info. They are a brute. War Mace Shield. Excellent. Down here, we are fighting 2 heads of the Hydra. There is a giant Cthulhuid monster living beneath the city, in addition to everything else that lives beneath the city, called the Hydra. And 2 of its heads have popped up here in the sewers. We have been sent down here to clear out villains, and then we found out, oh shucks, giant monsters down here spawning in the sewers. You don't want to be in the yellow bubbles. They will blow up, dealing damage to you. As with all archvillains, when we defeat a head of the Hydra, we get extra XP, and we get an enhancement that is suitable for our origin. There are 2 types of Chaldeans. One is the one that I'm playing, the Warshade. The other is the Peacebringer. I have a Peacebringer on this server. It's a copy of the Peacebringer that I had on live, so I have the same name and everything. And it is human form only. So whereas the Warshade thrives on moving back and forth between forms and using all the powers available to you, which are a lot of damage. I have all these rewards, I don't need them again. The Peacebringer is essentially a cool tank, flying tank that works really well in teams. Alright. So now I'm here in Atlas Park, and I'm going to tell people that I want to form a trial. In fact, I have ready keybind text for this to use for recruitment. And I will paste that right in here. Essentially, people will see my post here in the chat, and I've already got people who want to join me. This usually fills out pretty fast because not a lot of people run it. now I put it last call. Typically when I'm recruiting, I will post in both the Looking for Group channel. Oh, look at that. And in broadcast, so... Someone has said that they will come. Alright. Boom. So to start this, you go into Trials and Raids in the LFG tab here, and you pick the one you want. I want Drowning in Blood. Cue music. Enter. Everyone has to say yes. Alright, we have several objectives that we will do in here. It's a trial like Death from Below that we just ran. But we're helping Longbow here. It's these super scientists. Okay, so now what we have to do, I have talked to that researcher, and they have asked me to gather data on these aliens, which I will do by clicking on meteors as we come across them. And I am going to let the group fight real fast while I go let the cat out. She's in with her food, and I'll be right back. Hooray, the cat ate. She's very old. And we have to sequester her a bit to make sure she has access to her food. You see that my team has fought and won. All I had to do was pop back in, start blasting. They never even knew I was gone. Ooh, someone has buffed me. So you see over there, there's a glowing meteor. And to get a badge, I have to find 4 of these meteors and click on them like this. I've claimed Meteor Teen. We win. Boardwalk is cleared. Alright, we're going to go talk to Longbow again. Commander here. Boardwalk is clear. Got it, I'm on my way. So now we're in a graveyard here. We are going to fight more aliens, but also members of the Circle of Thorns. Yet another demon-worshipping cult who are in contact with creatures beyond imagining. So now that I am working at effective level 20, I can switch to this combat form. where I'm a big, scary crab monster. And I have access to a lot of very damaging powers. In a team with 2 brutes and a scrapper, you know, being the big Warshade, isn't as big of a draw. But what I can do now is I can switch between all 3 forms really fast, using a variety of big powers. Such as orbiting death. I've got crazy death auras. It's pretty awesome. I really do like playing the Warshade. So what I typically do is I pop this Nimbus, boom, go into Chaldean form, toss off a bunch of ranged attacks, explode everything. Pop in the tank form for a finishing blow. Finishing blow! I can taunt, I can do all sorts of cool stuff. I'll just walk over here and I'll claim this. They can't do anything to stop me. Oh, look at that. They're able to deal just enough damage to me. To stop me from using a toggle. Alright, I've claimed another meteor. We'll talk to this dude again. Sending me on to the next part of the trial. And we just follow the helpful green things. Look at aliens! There's good aliens, and then there's bad aliens. Hop in here, use some powers. So the way I'm playing now is called a Triform Warshade. As I mentioned, I'm going to be popping back and forth between the forms non-stop as I go through life. Digital life. So 1/3 of the 4 meteors for me to claim. Still alone, talk to myself, but it works. It helps me to talk to myself. Usually I will stay in this Chaldean form or the crab form and only pop back to human to drop big damage and buffs when I'm soloing. When I'm on a team, kind of all bets are off, right? Because you don't know who's bringing what, their skill level. Alright. I'll go over here, grab the last meteor, and then I'll give instructions to people. He's just about to split. And this is where having the huge range damage buffs that I have comes in handy. Because when that damage counter gets out of whack, I just swap. Right there, for example. Swap between. 4 damage on the other one until it's down in the low teens. Swap back again. We have just a few seconds, and we got a badge. We got everything we need. It's awesome. I also have all of those buffs. Well done, everyone. Good job. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You did great. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. There's one more thing to mark off on my... Yeah, no ceremony here. They are just moving on. Alright, I have a bunch of stuff I could still do here on this character. I don't think I've done Summer Blockbuster. Let's look at my badges and we'll find out. I have many badges. I have not done it. Excellent. Let's pop into... I'll do another DFB real fast. Well, I'll figure out what I want to do. Because there's somebody here that needs help. I'm going to help them. Oh, see, I said I would help, and then they are all done. So... I will run Summer Blockbuster instead then. Someone is running the Miss Liberty Task Force. It's a lot of fun. See if I can get in on that. They did not answer, so they are probably full. Yep. I'll start my own team. So, Summer Blockbuster is another trial. It's a special event wherein we take the part of 2 different... We basically insert ourselves in 2 different movies. One is an ancient gladiator movie with time-traveling gladiators. The other is a heist movie. Ah, excellent. We'll take on various roles in the heist, which is fun to do. You get to try out different play styles and different things to do. All right, we got to take her. And I'm going to run this a couple times, I think, to get all the badges. We'll see where we end up. We'll start this just the way we started the other trials. We'll go here to the left each tab, but instead of tiles and raids, we go to holiday, and it's the summer blockbuster double feature. Cue music. So we have a defender, a tank, a sentinel, and a Warshade. This is an inherently balanced team. This team has no flaws. Alright, we're going to start with the Gladiator. There's a cutscene, of course. Welcome, plebs and peons, helots and Hellenic beauties. Welcome to the Colosseum. Here's me walking. You can see me in the cutscene. Before you, on sands hallowed by combat, stand interlopers and barbarians from lands most distant and foreign. Cheer them on, good people, for their death comes striding to the gates now. Death. So I am going to crab form this guy. Oh wow, it took me out just like that. But that's okay. I can resurrect myself. So what we want to do in this phase is beat on the arch-villains as they pop up. Hey, we have a viewer. Welcome, viewer. Happy to have you here as I explore Paragon City in Warshade Wednesday. I'm currently doing the Summer Blockbuster Challenge. Well, I had it, viewer. They're gone now. We get a badge if we drop this guy before his Valkyrie pals. Shouldn't be an issue. We are a little lacking in damage, though. Hellenic Beauty, we got there. Now, we're going to fight ninjas! To do so, I will turn on my cool bits. I'm going to be using various auras to deal damage to ninjas around me. And summon helpers. Currently fighting at level 29, so I don't have access to my full powers as a Keldian, but I do have a lot of them. Because we want to kill as many ninjas as possible, as fast as possible. I'm going to stay in human form for the damage buffs. Alright, 36 ninjas. That's not bad. So basically, we want to beat on this guy until he's really low in hit points, while his dogs attack us. And we'll keep beating down this guy until he's about 20%, and then we will fight his dog. There's various ways to do this. One is to drop the dog first and then pile on this gunslinger, but I find we just beat on the gunslinger. You always fight the AV first, no matter what. Why is that thing bouncing all around like that? That's crazy. Alright, we got the Man's Best Friend badge. The crowd screams for a show, so we're going to mash that like button. Up our damage a little bit here. Move on to our next badge. We want to combine the amount of ninjas and Ricky monkeys we have fought. And if that number reaches 75 or better, we get a badge. And that's pretty cool. We're off to a great start. We've got 27 of these. We need 15 more. Again, I'm saying in human form for the added damage. We did not do it. Oh, so close. We want to drop these two at about the same time. But when we drop one of them, the other one will go slightly invincible. Mash that like button. One last boss fight here we've unlocked. We'll fight this champion to half health before we fight any of the memories he spawns. He's basically, as his health drops, he summons other bosses for us to fight. We're going to ignore them and make this guy drop down first. Got a badge, the Invictus badge. We do like badges. I've been stunned. We don't like being stunned. So we will switch to our crab battle form, which is immune to stuns. Guys some more. a lot easier to fight as an elite boss than he was as an arch-villain. Now we'll just pile damage on this guy. We win! Hooray! Alright, and now we watch cutscenes. It looks like he picked a form. We'll see. Tyrant's Palace Casino is robbed by a team of 4 professionals. That's me. Each with their own roles, they manage to form a complex heist. The hitter, the hacker, the grifter, that's me, and the thief. The thief goes up there and it clicks all the bunches. Alright. Clearly, as a giant alien crab monster, I should flirt with her to distract her. She is distracted by my unorthodox display. It is a pretty cool map. You can't build a map like this yourself. You basically need developer tools. Alright, we're going to go down to the southwest corner, which is where the AVs spawn. We're going to beat on these mooks. Taking out 20 mooks. We'll get the ball rolling with a little Warshade action. Let's buff the party. It's always fun to buff the party. Take out 20 mooks, we'll get an AV to fight. You see I've got a bunch of different toggles running right now. They all have a basic end cost, but I offset that end cost by sucking the life out of my enemies. Also by hitting these inspirations. We're doing okay. Could use a little more damage. So I'm going to switch to Keldian Squid form. Hooray! And now I have to go up and talk to the owner of the casino. Once I talk to the owner of the casino, and I will do so in my accounted script form, so it's for maximum creepiness. To try to get him to say certain words. And once he says those words, we win. So let's fly right over here. It's a squid alien in your office. Don't you know? Don't worry about that so much. I gotta get him to say 7 words, and it turns out if you ask him one question, he'll say all 7. You just have to know what question to ask. Look at that, boom. So now we're waiting for the hitter is down on the floor teaching the drifter how to count cards. And he did.
I don't know that one.
And we're waiting for basically we're waiting for the hitter. Alright, there he goes. You see there the disheveled drifter has gone to count cards. Blow up some more mooks. Again, 20 mooks. Go back to humanoid form. Power myself up. Power up. Where you going, Jimmy? I want you to stand right there. Says in my streaming software, Streamlabs, I have 2 viewers, but I think both of them are me. So me on Twitch, and then me here. Oh, that's really odd. It's not recognizing that I'm chatting on Twitch. I'll get that squared away. Oh, and here while I was futzing around with stuff, we killed the one dude, and then the other dude pops up. We win! Okay, so I'm going to run that again. We missed one badge. I know how to get it. It's very easy to get. We just need to do it. Guy here is calling himself Deadpool. That's interesting. He has a katana regen. Makes sense. So big. And use this time to... Oh, excellent. Time's up. Sending us. Just like before, go to the LFG queue. Queue us up. We say enter. And we're off to the races. All right. I'm going to be the hitter this time. Oh, or not. Okay, let's go. It's always random which one you go do first. So I don't need to narrate what's going on. It's exactly the same as before. We're just doing the heist first, and then we go do the time gladiator stuff. Check in one of my other games, make sure I don't need to push buttons. She thought I was creepy before. It gets super creepy now. I'm a super creep, super creep. I'm super creeping out. I do not need to push buttons in this game just yet. Push a couple anyway. Alright, so back to the corner we go. Swing around here. exhorted my digital colleagues to deal more damage. Here, toss some holds on her. Hopefully that'll slow her down. Up my accuracy by using inspirations. And since there's no tank this time, I will be the tank. I was a tank last time too, to be honest. But, oh hey, a new viewer. Welcome, viewer. Welcome, Kai Moon. Hello. We're in the final stages of this boss fight, and then we'll move on to the rest of our heist. Woo-ha! Time to swing into high gear. Again, the dude says two of the words before I even start talking to him. I just have to ask him one question. And he'll give me the rest of the words of the password. His operational security leaves a lot to be desired. Alright, looking down at the chat. He'll say more things, but let's just keep the thought bubbles going there so people can see more of the experience. But I did everything I needed to do. Oh, they picked the wrong one. Interesting. You picked the drifter, but he picked the high roller instead. You always want to fight in this southwest corner. Because the AVs spawn here and it just takes less time. Give me some unchained essences. Jim Crescendo is going to chat with us. Up over here into my crab battle form. Guilty and strong. I could face roll this fight. It's not a lot of strategy to it, unlike the others. Back in the Coliseum. Have mint. Should probably cut back on those. Guy's not going down fast enough. Get over here. Get ready. Basically, we want these ninjas to drop as fast as possible, since they are easier to kill than the monkeys. So I'm going to be switching back to Triform, where I have more damaging area effect attacks. When you're exemplared like this, you see some of the flaws of your playstyle, because I'm very used to using my incarnate powers on fights like this. I have a lot of AoEs, a lot of buffs that really come in handy when clearing out mobs. 39, alright, 39 is good, it means we need 34 Ricty monkeys. Like before, we're going to beat on Frank until he's around 20%, and then we'll switch our focus to Killer. But the thing that's bothering me is that we have yet to stir up the crowd. Alright, switching to Killer. Excite that crowd. Smash that like button. Come on, big monkey. Crab up, get in there, start pounding on the dude. I just gotta figure out. I think what I'm gonna do next is run the Sutter Task Force. I haven't done it on Unicron. I should run Calvin Scott. See where the mood takes me. Could also run the Who Will Die. Signature story arc. I haven't done that on this character. Leveling up, always nice to see. Leveled up myself in there. I was at level 56, which is more levels after level 50 than before, because it's 50 plus 56, level 96. Vet levels go to 100 when you get meaningful rewards. Until then, I have seen people who have vet levels upwards of 5,000. They only play one character. Or they'll play and get 100 million or so influence, dump it on an alt, or to random strangers. Okay, thank you everyone. Now I'm going to move on. I think I will do Sutter. It's fast, it's easy. I don't do it a lot. Just check the requirements on that task force real fast so I can recruit properly. Make sure I can spell properly while recruiting. Go over here to this helicopter. Gonna turn off the audio, game audio, briefly because I have a sound effect for helicopters that technically is an IP restrictor. Have to chat with this dude. Thanks, y'all. All right, so the Sky Raiders are a group of techno pirates from the Rogue Isles. It's the villain side of things. They have taken over some ships. They're gonna blow them up and steal them. So we are just gonna blast them. Someone was bitching that I didn't tell them directly it was full. I told them what they could do with their bitching, and then they had harsh words in return. Hooray. Life is too short for assholes. Don't be one. You see now at level 40 I have many more powers available to me on the Warshade. Alright, we have cleared out this ship. So we're gonna go punch some more fascists here. Technically they're not... I'm not sure about their politics. They're pirates. But they have access to a lot of the same materials and people as the fascist groups in the game. So I'm just going to make a blanket assumption that they're on the far right of the spectrum. Basically, we wander around the decks of these ships, shooting these pirates in the face, or, you know, center mass as necessary. But we also fight giant robots. And that is the real appeal of this task force, is the fighting of giant robots. As you see, clear those robots. It's always better when everyone fights the same robots, but hey. So we have to fight both these robots and the pirates that the pirates fighting are fighting the same robots that we're fighting. Wow, that's that doesn't work for us. You can easily do it with 7. I just realized that I have it set to +2 levels and 8 team members, so we won't really notice the missing person. We'll just clear off this ship. There's an optional ship that we can clear off that we almost never do. No one ever does, so we're going to head that direction here. I hope. See here, there's this sinking ship. Task forces like this are always fun when you can split up and do multiple missions at once. So I'm glad that someone came down here to do the mission with me. Where we're not fighting giant robots, we are fighting here. Excellent, we did it. Hooray! Oh, we did this one already. Right. Get confused, they all look alike. on this ship, we're going to repeat our fight pirates plan. Always good to fight pirates. We are also going to look for glowy little bombs and turn off the glowy bombs. I can hear the glowy bombs. You can hear them now too. Click. I'll click this one. Oh, this chaos is going on around me. I'm clicking. And one more click. This guy up here, Quantum Jump Bot, is armed with a special anti-Keldian weapon. I am a Keldian, it does extra damage to me. So in general, you want to take those out first. Now, mind you, that weapon also does a hell of a lot of damage to everybody else as well. Crab form! Crab form! So those have dropped, so now I can use my Eclipse power. Come on now, use that power. There'll be a corpse around here somewhere. No corpses, huh? Interesting. I'm going to go back and look for the character that dropped. I just don't care. We're doing fine as is. No need to chase down people that you'll never see again. What's the point? me to update my spreadsheet that I am now FET level 56. FET level 57 comes, which is yet another badge. It's pretty awesome. To human form. Switch. Fire off some nukes. I'm going to do the same thing on this ship that we did on the last one. Recruit some help. Squid form, start blasting. So anyways, I just started blasting. So in the next mission, there's a bunch of optional things, and I'm going to do all the options. It's usually somebody else is running this. I'm just going along for the ride, but now I'm in charge. I'm the big squid on campus. Alright, so now we go over here. We essentially just blast. Blast all these turrets. Pew pew pew! I hope, you know, all of you who aren't watching can see the joy of playing a Warshade. Because basically you're just blasting. You're a damage hose. You are made of debt badges. What's your function in life? Shot at by a lot of pirates. I switched to my crab form. Go human real fast, set up some nukes. I said go human. I got keybinds for all this stuff. Sometimes they just don't go. I should care a lot more about... Oh, you motherfucker. Why would you do that? Yeah, they're off doing this mission. I have no idea what they're doing. I just pounded on these pirates. Wow, that took far too long. So I'm definitely not doing a third bit of content tonight. So once we finish this, I'll be logging off. Get my hot chocolate so I can sleep more. Risky. Don't know if it'll work. Nope, it didn't work. That worked though. Oh, it did not work. They moved. all these bad guys. Bad guys. You are nigh invulnerable when you're in your armored crab form. Just gotta fly over here, talk to the dude, we're on to the next mission. Hooray! Oh, someone needs to super jump over there and be all speedy. Alright, they can count on us. And now we get on a helicopter and we move right along. Talk to Citadel here. What's up, Citadel? Switch to human form. Set off some nukes. Back to squid form. Set off more nukes. Luminary here, talk to her. Citadel and I will handle, yes, what we will do. And now we blew up more robots from the Imperial Defense Force, so we finally got our fascists. Tired too. Early morning and not restful nap, and you know, old takes a toll on a man. were we doing a speed run, we would blast right through all this stuff using amazing nukes, and then skip straight to the boss in each spot. So when you're looking at us chatting about speed run and control run, we're doing everything. We're doing absolutely everything there is to do in here. You get the exact same badge whether you do the optional content or the full content, but it's simply a matter of your expectations. And I expected to kill about an hour, so we're doing great. I always liked playing this Warshade, simply because it was one of my original characters from Live, and you don't have to make a lot of choices. Once your build is finished, right, you don't have to spend a lot of time training or looking for money or trying to square away all of your enhancements. That's all done. I did that years ago on this character. Now I just play it. I'm going to unlock all the badges I can unlock, do all the story content I can do, and just have fun and relax. And you know, I have 112 other characters on this server, but this is still the one at the top of the list. It's top the call sheet, as it were. Very easy to play, very easy to get into. Especially because I have a 3-minute self-res, right? It doesn't take that long to recharge. Yeah, 3 minutes, 57 seconds. And at our the Arconic powers, you know, you get a global recharge boost to a lot of stuff. So it's almost always up when you need it. So the tank I've got here, Hopkins, he's dressed like and using the power set of one of the bosses that you fight in another task force. And it's just funny. He's role playing. He's referencing dialogue from the task force. Make good time. It's the second of 3 missions, but we're near the end of this one. Basically, you just clean out these sewers. We're here on the map. We need to be here on the map, so we're getting there. No one is really complaining about all the influence experience we're getting. I've filled out 2.5 bars of enhancements, none of which I need. But, I'll share them around to the rest of the group. Put 1,000,000 XP influence on each one. It helps new characters when they're starting out. It's one less bit of content you have to do. That's a decent start. So I don't need all these reses, right? So I'll just make other stuff with them. Standing in there like he's doing and just pounding away invulnerable is one of my favorite things to do in the game. And it's why an elite archetype like the Chaldean here, since it's so multi-purpose and you can do a lot of stuff with not a lot of effort. Okay, so we are gonna get two AVs here, Riptide up there, and then you separate these two. Basically, there's these bombs. controlled by this character. Well, I was fine to kill second, but he wants to occupy the one with the down there first. That's cool with me. Switch to my humanoid form where I've got more holds. Let's try to lock this AV down. Get yet another enhancement we don't need and can sell for money. Check in on my badges. Very close to that, close to that, close to that. Inspirations. Up to 1,000 badges. I have 80 badges, so this is essentially what this is there. I drop her, I'll suck her spirit out. Take this guy. Okay, moving on. Find the exit menu, go over here and click this, just like we did earlier. The city is in danger! So we'll fight 2 more AVs in the sewer area, and then we'll go up and we'll fight a guy and his evil clone. An evil guy and his evil clone. In fact, it'd be these evil clones here. So close. Seeing if I recorded my food earlier. I did not. Or did I? Alright, that's all taken care of. And now I go to where everybody else is and join the fight already in progress. Very special program. Oh, those arch-villains. You tried to knock me in the air. Do you not know who I am? Now we go on to fight the Durays. So basically fight the one from our Earth, because he calls airstrikes in. My temporary powers here, and my hit you with a hold pistol. Yeah, it's been held. Now we'll just pound on it. So you fight through all that stuff to get to the end boss, and the end boss is just over like that. We could fight our way through all the streets to get here, but it's just a pain in the ass when you could just jump right there. Look at that, an hour. As expected. So I said at the beginning of the task force, you get the same badge whether you do the optional stuff or not. It's just a little more complete, fun experience to go and destroy everything and just rip stuff up. Plus there's badges for fighting sky skiffs, you know. people leveling up. It's always nice. I get to mark one more thing off on my spreadsheet. And we're out. Okay. Oh. The rest is all bookkeeping, so I won't keep you for that. We're gonna head off. Oh yeah, so the thing to note, never try to fuck around and find this thing. Just use the Ouroboros portal and leave. Because otherwise you're trying to guess which pipe leads you to where you need to be. Nah, just go here and call the dude. Alright, I shattered the spear point of the Praetorian thrust into Paragon City. I captured a number of the IDF soldiers and some of their Elite Powers Division members. While Colonel Virgil Duray of the Sky Raiders supported this Praetorian offensive, it would seem that his Praetorian counterpart was just a cloned body used to house his spiritual essence. Praetorius Duray somehow fled his body after you defeated him, leaving his soldiers and their primal allies to suffer the consequences of their defeat as prisoners of war. But no cowardly deed goes unpunished. Cosmos Unicron, that's me. Newman and Infernal tracked his wandering soul down for us. And for the first time in his storied career, Praetorius Colonel Duray is a prisoner of war! With spineless commanders like that, I can tell you that Praetorians will still soon find themselves on the defensive, and hemorrhaging soldiers like nobody's business. Now we have to turn our attention to cleaning up this mess. Jim Templar volunteered to help us clear rubble at the epicenter of where his Praetorian counterpart did her thing. Oh, and the next time you visit Virgil Duray in prison, thank him for building that giant floating monstrosity out in the Atlantic Ocean. We managed to lash the Donald Cook to its side and keep her from going down. That's 38 years without ever losing a ship under my command. Ha! Oh, before I go, I want to give you these tickets to the Admiral's Ball to show my appreciation for all your help, Cosmos Unicron! We couldn't have done this without you. You're a real trooper, Cosmos Unicron! I can see why my daughter looks up to you. Leave. And scene. Alright, that's it. Maybe a quick bath. Safe Behavioral Adjustment Facility. It's an incarnate trial. But it's not necessary. There's no invite coming, so I am just gonna log off where I normally log off in Cimarora to get that day job badge. I've already marked my spreadsheet. Oh, look at that. I got into the bath, so now I have to head back to Ouroboros. I say thanks. Alright, open the auction house, sell some stuff. Don't need the money, but there are badges for selling lots of stuff. Go to my recipes tab, get rid of the recipes I don't need. Email things to my other characters. Doing so definitely saves money in the long run. And these are basically all the recipes I earned on tonight's session. And I just turn them into cash monies and badge credit here in the consignment house. All these level 45s came from the task force we just did. Alright. Collect my winnings. See where we are on this train. I have the Phantom Core lore pet. The Phantoms here. I got that all squared away, but I'm thinking I want to do these polar lights. Because I did this on my other Cosmos character, and it's another floating wispy pet. I like those better than the Phantoms. Storm Elementals are pretty much the same deal. Oh, yeah. Maybe I want that Storm Elemental instead. Let's look it up online. Storm Elemental lore pet. Images. Oh yeah, I should definitely get that. That is as a floating ball of damage. So genomic analysis, enchanted sand. Goo, enchanted sand. Don't have any astral merits. 16 of these. I'm about to get some more. Instead, I'll do the second stage of that. Oh. Well, we'll get some merits from this. I'm going to be doing a lot of these, but I only want to do the one. There's no reason to go crazy on it. We're at the end of the night anyway. Nobody's watching. So, you know, why bother? I didn't mark down that I'd done Summer Blockbuster. Alright, so. Unicron here has done 40 different task trials or other worthy missions. This being one of them. I've done this before. But I have 56 veteran levels, right? So that's far and away my most successful character. He's got all this stuff filled out. He's done a couple villain task forces, not a lot, but a couple. There's 2 more hero task forces I need to do: the Quarterfield task force and the Sarah Moore task force. I should have done Sarah Moore last week when it was the weekly strike target, but I didn't. If you didn't get started here real fast, I'm just gonna leave. You know, I'm gonna leave anyway. I don't need this. I'm gonna just log off because I'm hungry and I'm sleepy and I want to log off. Do that some other time. Oh, of course, now there's a ITF. I'm not gonna do that either. So we'll log off here. Personal info 56. I've got all this stuff. 807 badges. And that's me logging off. Alright. Quit the desktop. And so, where does that leave us? It leaves us on the main screen. On camera 2, where we stay classy. Thank you for not watching, everyone. Or if you're watching this on VOD afterwards or on YouTube. I don't care much. As long as you watch and you enjoy it and you have comments for me, please leave them in the comment sections of whatever social media platform you view this on or through. I do not monetize this stream. It makes me no money. In fact, it costs me money because I've got all this stuff to maintain. But what I do monetize is myself. I am a science fiction author, and I also publish science fiction written by other people because I own a small press called Ars Entertainment. So buy my books. Go to arsentertainment.com. We are a progressive publisher who focus on independent authors and the stories that they tell. We sell science fiction, space opera, we sell dark horror. I have a book of horror poetry up there. I've got dark fantasy, both written by myself and my partner. There's a lot of really cool books written by really cool people at arsentertainment.com. So give us a try. Until then, thank you very much for watching. My stream is over. Have a great rest of your day.